Hi, boys and girls, it's Miss Leon here. We are moving into the next step of our writing process, which is writing a conclusion. And so there are some things that we need to remember when we start writing our conclusion. So there are certain ways that you can end an essay, which over here is kind of like these sentence starters or these sentence prompts. And you can choose to use them if you like, or maybe try something else. Those are just an option. But there are certain things that you do need to make sure that you are including when you write your conclusion. So, for example, you need to start with a hook or a sentence starter. And that could be something like this over here, any of these sentence starters. But you would need to start with a hook. Then you would be restating your thesis, and then you would end your conclusion by giving your opinion on the topic or leaving your reader with something more to think about. After you've kind of tried, I'm having you guys try 4 or 3 different ways of ending your writing. Once you have tried each of those ways, I want you to go ahead and highlight which one of those ways that you like the best, and then that will be the way that you choose to conclude your opinion essay. So let's go ahead and look at a few other things before we get started.
Opinion Writing for Kids. Episode 4, Writing a Draft. Introduction. I'm writing my opinion about my favorite book, The Tale of Peter Rabbit. I made a plan for my writing, so now I'm ready to write my draft. I'll start with an introduction. An introduction is the very first part of your writing. Introductions should do a few important things. They should hook the reader, name the topic you are writing about, and tell your opinion. I'll start with a hook. I like to hook the reader with a question. Since The Tale of Peter Rabbit is about animals, I'll ask the reader, do you like books about animals? Now I need to name the topic, which is the title and author of the book. If so, you should read The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. Last, I need to tell my opinion. It is a really great book. That's it. My introduction is finished. Check out episode 5 to see how I continue my draft by...
Okay, so we have gone ahead and we have seen an example of how to finish or conclude an opinion essay. So let's go ahead and put this into practice a little bit. Okay, so here are some of our templates. We can do a call to action, offer a solution, or make a prediction. So I'm going to do the call to action first. And this is something that a call to action is something that you state to somebody that tries to encourage them to do something. So I'm going to start with the sentence starter of did you know? So did you know that there are many people that will not be able to see their families for the holidays? So I'm going to start with that as a call to action. Due to this, I think it is important for people to wear their masks to reduce the transmission of COVID. That's my call to action. Then my next step is I need to restate my thesis. So I can go to my outline, I can copy my thesis, then I can paste it right there. It's just, I think COVID is the worst because it is contagious. We can't go where we want to go, and you have to wear a mask. And then I want to leave the readers, the third step, with something to think about. And I'm going to state this for my readers. And so the sentence that I'm going to leave the reader with is something that's going to tie into what I've already said, because I have just made it a statement about people wearing masks. So what I want the readers to think about possibly as I leave my paper is, I wonder if people were able to wear masks and socially distance in a responsible way, I wonder if COVID would go away faster. So that is one example of a conclusion I could write. The next example is to offer a solution. So I'm going to think of a solution to this problem that we have. So let me go ahead and think about a solution that I might have. The solution that I am offering is that what people need to know is wearing a mask helps reduce the rate of COVID transmission. The solution would be, in fact, there are many people that make masks for others and give them away for free. So that is a solution. People helping making masks is a solution to a problem of maybe not even having a mask. So then what I can do is I could copy again my thesis statement. It's important to restate my thesis and then even leave the reader with something to think about. And I still like that question that I have at the end where I want people to think about if they could wear masks and socially distance if COVID would go away faster. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a prediction starter or hook for a conclusion and see what I think about that. So the prediction I'm making here is tying into something I've experienced in my life. So I am predicting, or so I have found, when I go to the doctor's office or the dentist, that the doctors, nurses, and technicians all wear masks. I'm thinking, this is my prediction, they may do this so that they can keep themselves and others safe from different forms of sickness and airborne materials. So that was my prediction. Again, I'm going to copy my thesis statement from before, restating my thesis and pasting it. And I still like my question to ponder. I wonder if people were able to wear masks and socially distance in a responsible way, if COVID would go away faster. So after I do all this, I'm going to go ahead and choose which of these conclusion paragraphs I like the best. And to be honest with you, I think that they're all good, but I think I'm going to go ahead and choose this make a prediction one. It was kind of a tie between that one and the call to action, but I'm going to go with this. And then that will be the conclusion that I have chosen to include into my essay. And then the next thing we're going to learn is how to be putting all of this together. Good luck, and I know you can do a great job.